So lying on your back, let your eyes come to close and just start to feel your body in space. Good morning, Juliana. We're beginning on our backs with a block nearby. We're just settling in. Good morning, Mindy. So on our backs, letting our eyes come to close as we just begin to feel our body in space. Soften your eyelids. Unclench your jaw. And just feel where your body connects to the ground beneath you. For just a few breaths. Just allowing yourself to arrive here for your yoga practice. Good morning, Sandy. So we're just beginning on our backs. One more breath. And then from here, let your knees bend, feet to the ground. And just feel that connection of your lower back on the ground. And then continue to bring your knees in and maybe just circle the knees a little bit here. So just slow massaging the lower back against the ground. And reverse directions. You're still going in one direction. My cat is like trying to land my head here. And from here, we're gonna hug our right knee into our chest and just let your left leg release onto the ground. Okay, so left leg is nice and long. Right knee is hugging in. You can interlace your hands on top of your right shin. And just take a few moments to just passively draw the right knee in toward your chest. So just stretching the right hip. And then from here, I want you to think about pushing your right shin into your hands and resisting. So you're pushing your right shin into your hands, but you're resisting letting your hands move away from you. And you're going to continue to pull your right shin in and then start to lift your chest towards your right knee. So you're just starting to find that connection to your core. You're pushing your shin into your hands and resisting so that you can lift your chest towards your right thigh. And then if you want to add one more element here, you can just hover your left heel off the ground about an inch. Okay, so you should feel that the belly is totally constricted here. There's a lot of heat starting to build. So just one more breath. Knee is drawing in, shin is pressing into the hands. Left heel is hovering and release. Coming all the way back down. Release your right leg to the edge of your mat. And then hug your left knee in. So again, starting with just a passive stretch, left knee drawing in, stretching the left hip. Right leg is heavy on the ground. And then really start to tug that left knee in and start to play around with pushing the left shin into the hands without letting that left shin move away. And then draw the chest up towards the left thigh. Finding that contraction in the abdominals. And then decide if you want to hover that right heel off a little bit. Pull the left knee in, press the shin into the hands, hover the right heel. Feel the belly cinching in and getting stronger. Maybe even a little bit of shaking happening here. Definitely some heat for one more breath. And release. Good, release all the way out. Bend the knees, cross the right ankle on top of the left thigh and come into figure four. And it might feel good in figure four to just rock a little bit from side to side. So just a really easy figure four. It's not intended to get super deep. We're just kind of waking up the outer hip. Good, one more breath here. And then let the legs fall over to the left into a fallen figure four. Okay, just for a couple of breaths. Feeling the outside of the right hip stretch. Lower back on the right side. One more breath in. One more breath out. Good. Come back to center. And we'll switch sides. So now the left ankle comes on top of the right thigh. Find your figure four. And again, feel free to let it be kind of a rocking or soothing, if that feels good. Just a couple breaths here, loosening. And maybe even just using this to notice what it feels like in your hips before we begin our practice, as we warm up. And then let the legs drop over to the right. You can keep that figure four in the legs, or if that doesn't feel good, you can always just stack the knees and find a spinal twist. Two breaths here. One more breath in. One more breath out. Come back through center. Feet to the ground, knees bent. We'll grab our block now and place it between the inner thighs. And bring the shins so they're parallel to the ground. Open your arms out like a T. And inhale here, just squeeze your inner thighs onto your block or whatever prop it is you're using. It could be anything. And if you don't have one, just imagine that you're squeezing your inner thighs towards one another. As you exhale, start to lower your knees towards the left. And you're only going to go far enough where that right shoulder is not going to leave the ground. As you inhale, come back through center. Use your oblique muscles to draw the knees back to center. And exhale, start to lower your knees to the right. So we're just going side to side. Inhale brings you back through center, squeezing your prop between your inner thighs. Exhale lowers the knees to the side where you stabilize using your side body. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the right. So just start to move with your breath. Let it be slow and controlled. Really paying attention to how you control the movement with your abdominals, your core, your inner thighs, your side oblique muscles. So warming up with a combination of building strength and stretching at the same time. Good. One more cycle, one to each side. And when you've completed that cycle, we'll meet back in our center. You can remove the block, and it might feel good to just let the feet come to the ground and let the knees come open in a reclined bound angle for just a moment here. Just allowing gravity to release the inner thighs. Take a big, slow breath in, expanding the abdominals. Exhale, release. Good. Go ahead and windshield wiper just a little bit, loosening that lower body. We did a lot of constricting in. And then from here, we're gonna bring our knees in and just start to gently rock ourselves forward and back. Eventually, we'll come up and we'll all meet at hands and knees. So making that transition in a way that feels good to you. So from hands and knees, go ahead and start to take some cat and cow stretches. Moving with your breath. And as always, allow this to be intuitive. Okay, so adding in any variations that feel good to you or feel appropriate. So maybe stretching back into a child's pose. For me, I like to tuck the toes and do that. And just feel how it feels really good to stretch my toes, soles of my feet. Maybe find some rotation in the wrists. Some movement side to side. Take about 2 more breaths to explore. And then allow your spine to come to neutral. And then kickstand your left foot out to the left a little bit. So I'm just opening it up. And I'm going to extend my right leg out to the side. So I'm stacking my right hip on top of my left hip. And then I'm going to sweep my right arm up towards the ceiling. So this is a variation of side plank. And I wanted to visit it early on because we're going to visit side plank later. And this is something you can do in place of side plank if side plank doesn't feel good in your body. Okay, other option, you can lift your right leg and maybe reach your right arm. Did I say left? So I'm lifting my right leg and my right arm is reaching up and over. Okay, so this is another variation of side plank. Okay, so I just wanted to have you feel these in your body before we get there later. One more breath in. Exhale, lower the right leg back down if it's lifted. And we'll come back to hands and knees. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale and arch. And spine comes to neutral. We'll do the other side. So I'm swinging my right foot out just a couple inches like a kickstand. And then extend the left leg straight, sole of the foot to the ground. Left hip is aligned over the right hip. Left arm comes up towards the ceiling. Again, you can stay here, keeping the left foot connected to the ground, or you can lift it up and let it come parallel to the ground. And maybe sweep the left arm so it extends that whole left side of the body. Finding a little bit of balance. One more breath in. If your left leg is lifted, reconnect the foot to the ground and come back to hands and knees. One more time around your spine. Inhale and arch. From here, tuck your toes. Let's head into downward facing dog. So as you come into downward facing dog, go ahead and pedal your feet. Move your hips from side to side. Yeah. And just feel what it feels like to be in your first down dog. Do what you need to do to open up the back of the body. Really nice. Find space in your shoulders and your neck. On your next breath in, glide forward into plank pose. Hold here, fire up the inner thighs as if you were going to lift the inner thighs towards the ceiling. Press into your hands, filling out the space between your shoulder blades. And now lower all the way down onto your belly. Good, really nice. Fingertips in line with your chest, elbows pulling toward one another. Lengthen and lift for your first baby cobra. Tops of the feet press down. Good, wake up the muscles in the upper back. Exhale and release, rest your forehead. And now extend your arms alongside your body, palms facing down. Press the tops of your feet down, lengthen and lift your upper body for a half locust pose. Again, strengthening the back of the body. One more breath in. Exhale and release. Hands slide next to the chest. And when you're ready, we'll make our way back to downward facing dog. So you can come through hands and knees or child's pose, whatever you need to do as you make your way back to downward facing dog. And look forward to the top of your mat. Move your feet. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Hands press into the thighs. Exhale, fold forward. Good. And again, inhale, halfway lift. Feel the spinal muscles extend. Exhale, fold forward, round and release. On the next breath in, lengthen, come all the way up to standing, arms extend upward. Exhale, hands to your heart. Good. Take a slow breath in, feeling your feet on the ground, crown of the head lengthening. Exhale, just stay here, nice and grounded. Inhale, arms extend upward. Exhale, fold forward, all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now you can stay in down dog and just breathe. Or if you want, glide forward into plank pose. Exhale, lower all the way or halfway down. Inhale through up dog or cobra. Yes, we all meet back in down dog when you're ready. So you take that part as you need it at whatever pace works for you. One more breath in. One more breath out. Look forward between your hands. Move your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to standing. Arms extend upward. Exhale, fold forward. All the way down. Going right into the next one. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay here or move yourself through your variation of chaturanga. So whatever that flow looks like for you. Move with your breath, slow and steady. We meet in down dog. Big breath in. Breath goes out. Look forward between your hands. Move your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to your heart. Good. Moving on. Inhale, arms extend upward. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the ground or your blocks. Step your right foot to the back of the mat. Lower your right shin down. So just coming into a low lunge. I'm just going to adjust my camera. So low lunge, right leg back. Inhale, bring your arms up when you're ready. And find that connection to the ground. So right shin presses down. Lower belly draws in. Left heel presses down. Inhale, hands together above the head. So prayer hands. And as you exhale, draw the hands through the chest. Twist to the left. Tap your right elbow to your left knee. And as you inhale, come back through center. Lift your arms up. Exhale, hands come through center. We twist and we tap. Inhale, hands come through center. We extend back up. One more time, slow and controlled. Exhale, twist, tap. Inhale, come back through center, lift up. Last time, this time we twist and hold. So right elbow comes to the outside of the left thigh. And I'm going to press my hands together and lift my chest toward my hands. Breathing here. Keep pressing the legs into the ground. Legs are strong and active. Use your oblique muscles to twist the spine. One more breath in. And from here, tuck your right toes and see if you can lift your right knee. One more breath in. One more breath out. Hands come down on either side of the front foot. From here, step the left foot back to plank. So this is where our side plank comes in. I'm gonna drop my heels to the left and open my right arm up to the ceiling. Okay, so if you need that variation, you'll drop the left knee to the ground. And you'll simply take your side plank variation. One more big breath in. Exhale back to plank pose. Lower all the way down to the ground. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, child's pose. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale forward to hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to standing. Exhale, forward fold, all the way down. From here, left foot steps back, left shin comes down. Set yourself up for low lunge on the other side. So get your feet right where you want them. Find that connection to the ground and push into the ground to lift your arms up, palms together. Inhale, nice and lifted. Exhale, palms slide through the heart. We twist and tap. Inhale, we come back through center and extend the arms back up. Exhale, hands through the heart, twist and tap. Inhale, center, lift, back up. One more time. Exhale, twist, tap. Inhale, center, extend, back up. Last time, we twist, and now we hold. Left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. I'm gonna press my hands together and rotate my chest toward my palms for one more breath in, one more breath out. Now take a look at your right foot. From here, tuck your left toes, lift your left knee. So looking at your right foot is going to give you a little stability here for one more breath in. Exhale, both hands down to the ground. Step back to plank and we'll find side plank. Heels drop to the right this time. Left arm comes up. Always an option to drop the right knee if you need more support. From here, we'll take one more big breath in. And exhale, both hands come down to your mat. And you'll either move through a chaturanga or just head back to downward facing dog. Really nice. One more big breath in. Big breath out. Look forward between your hands. Move your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to standing. Exhale, hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Bend your knees, find your chair pose. So as if you're sitting back in an invisible chair. Good. Maybe even imagine squeezing your block in between your inner thighs.
Good. Sit way back, weight in the heels. Take a big breath in. Exhale, hands to your heart if they're not already there. Inhale here. Exhale, twist to the right. Prayer twist. Inhale here. Exhale, stay. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, twist to the left. Big breath in. Big breath out. Relief is coming. Inhale through center. Exhale, straighten the legs, fold forward. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back, downward facing dog. Decide whether you need to take it easy or whether you need to move and build more heat. So chaturanga, stay in down dog, take a child's pose, whatever you need. We meet in down dog, take a deep breath in. Let the breath flow out. Look forward between your hands, move your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up to standing. Exhale, hands to your heart. Good. Moving on to our next sequence. Inhale, arms extend upward. Exhale, fold forward. Step your right foot back and set up for warrior one. So feet are on separate tracks. Right toes turn out slightly. Left knee bends nice and deep. Your upper body is facing the front of your mat. So it's not warrior two, it's warrior one. So it's closed hip. Hips are facing forward. Good, so I will hop on my mat if you need a visual. My left leg is in front. My right leg is in back. My arms are extended to start. Good. One more big breath in. And as you exhale, sweep your arms back and lengthen your upper body forward. So you can do this with the arms just extending back, or you can interlace them, your choice. We'll stay here for 2 breaths. Really ground down through the outside of your right foot as you lengthen over the left thigh. One more big breath in. Exhale, release the hands down to your mat, or maybe you grab your blocks here and straighten the left leg. So it's a pyramid pose. Front leg is straight, back leg is straight. Upper body is lengthening over the left thigh. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. If it feels more comfortable to you, you can shorten your stance front to back. I'm going to do that just a little bit. And then close your eyes and think about drawing the left hip back, maybe moving the right hip forward. Now, if your hands are on blocks, you may want to take them up a little bit higher and start to see if you can find that halfway lift in your pyramid pose. We call it like a half pyramid. So my spine is lengthening forward. From here, I'm going to keep my right hand on the block, and I'm going to bring my left hand to my lower back, and I'm just going to start to play around with opening my chest towards the left side of the room. So moving towards a revolved triangle.
So I'm just rotating my upper body. I'm pressing into both feet, and I'm drawing my left hip back a little bit. Maybe take the left arm up towards the ceiling. Maybe finally, maybe take your gaze up towards your left hand for the last breath. And then from here, lower the left hand all the way down. From here, bend the left leg, lift the right leg up into the air. I'm just going to scooch back a little bit. And you can stay here or consider opening up the right hip and finding half moon. Again, keeping your left hand on a block is a really nice option here. One more breath in. And as you exhale, both hands come back down to your blocks. Rotate the right hip back down and drop your right foot to the back of your mat. So you're just landing in that lunge. We'll take one more pose on this side. Right hand stays down, left arm opens up for just a simple spinal twist, open arm twist. 2 breaths here. One more breath in. Exhale, both hands come down. Take your blocks with you if you're using them. We're going to walk our hands to the right and pivot right into a straddle. So go ahead and fold your upper body. If you want to bring your head to the ground, you can do that. Really any variation here that you like to do when you come into your straddle. You like to bend one knee and then the other. That can feel kind of good. We'll take just about 3 more cycles of breath in our straddle. One more breath in. One more breath out. Now, if you're using your blocks, gather them under your hands. We're going to walk our hands toward our right foot. So now we're going to face the back of our mat, and we'll set up our feet for warrior one, facing the back of our mat. We'll start that whole series over again. So once the legs feel like they're set up in the right place, we'll go ahead and bring the arms up to start. Right leg bent nice and deep. Outside of the left foot is pressing down into the outside of the left foot. One more breath with the chest lifted. And as you exhale, sweep the arms back and start to lengthen the upper body forward. You can interlace the hands if you want, or you can just keep them reaching back. Continue to find length in your spine. Keep pressing into the outside of your left foot. We've got one more deep breath in. One more deep breath out. Release your hands down to your blocks. Straighten the right leg and adjust yourself for your pyramid pose. So maybe you want to shorten the stance front to back. And then think about drawing the right hip back, left hip forward just a little bit as you lengthen over your right thigh. Soften your shoulders, lengthen your spine. One more breath in, folding over the right thigh. And then we'll start to find that halfway lift, preparing for our twist. So extending the spine forward, really focusing on leveling the hips here. Spine is long, belly's engaged. Now my right hand is going to come to my lower back, and I'm just going to play around with finding rotation of my chest towards the right side. Okay, maybe I stop right here and just work with this muscular energy. Or maybe I extend my right arm up to the ceiling and challenge my balance by turning my gaze up to my right hand. Continue to really pull up and in through the inner thighs, the lower belly for stability. One more breath in. Exhale, right hand comes down. Soften the knees. Shift forward and lift the left leg up. You can stay here for balance or maybe open up for half moon. Left hip rotates open. Left arm comes up. Nice. One more. Big breath in. If your left arm is up, bring it back down. Square your hips to the ground and drop the left foot to the back of your mat. We've got that one more pose on this side. Left hand down, right arm opens up for twist. Keep lifting the left inner thigh. One more big breath in. And from here, exhale, lower the right hand down. Step back, downward facing dog, facing the back of your mat. Inhale, glide forward into plank pose. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale through cobra or up dog. Exhale, child's pose. Tuck back and take a couple of breaths here. Breathing in, breathing out. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. Last breath in. Last breath out. From child's pose, stretch back into downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up into the air, bend your right knee, open up your hip. And then when you're ready, slide your right knee forward for half pigeon. So if half pigeon doesn't feel good in your body, if that's not your pose, you can take a figure 4. If you are set up in half pigeon and your hips feel level and your back leg is extending straight back, go ahead and fold your upper body forward. Yep, you can rest your head. You've got this. And allow yourself to settle in here. Okay, so if your right hip or your right butt cheek is floating and you need support, feel free to stick something underneath there, a block or
your balled up sweatshirt or a pillow. Give yourself the support you need so that you can settle evenly into this posture. Can you stay here and settle for 5 more breaths? Let the weight of your head release. One more breath in. One more breath out. Make your way back to downward facing dog. Shake out your right leg. And when you're ready, lift your left leg up into the air. Bend your left knee, open up the hip, and slide the left knee forward for half pigeon. Set yourself up so that you feel balanced and supported. And then let your upper body fold forward. Maybe find a place for your forehead to rest. And then as you settle in here and you bring your attention to your breath, notice if your jaw is tense. Can you soften your jaw? Can you allow yourself to just stay here and experience the posture, even if it's a little bit uncomfortable? We've got 3 more breaths. One more breath in. One more breath out. Make your way back to one last downward facing dog and shake out the left leg. Come forward into plank pose. Exhale, lower all the way onto your belly. Let's take one locust pose here. So either arms alongside your body, palms facing down, or interlace your hands behind your back. Lengthen and lift upper and lower body. 3 breaths. Get long. One more breath in. Exhale, release and rest. Turn your head to the side. Turn over onto your back. And if you have that block or prop nearby, Go ahead and set yourself up for a supported bridge. So the block or your pillow will support the weight of your pelvis. It goes right under the lower back. Start to make that transition to cooling down. To reconnecting with the ground. Head is heavy. Neck is relaxed. Upper back is connected to the ground. You can stay here with your feet on the ground, or you can lift your feet up in the air if you want a little bit more restoration. Just let your feet float above the hips. And just feel the relief this provides for your feet, for your legs, a draining of fluid. Let your breath soften. Let it be easy as your body starts to move towards rest. Take just a few more breaths with the legs extended. Your legs are still in the air. Bend your knees and let the knees fall towards your chest. Eventually let your feet reconnect with the ground. Keep your knees bent as you push your feet into the ground. Lift your hips, remove the block. And then let your lower back reconnect with the ground. Draw your knees back in toward your chest. And gently circle the knees, massaging your lower back against the ground. A couple of circles in either direction. Drop your knees over to the right for a spinal twist. Arms open up like a T, or maybe like cactus arms as you breathe into the side body. Bring your knees back through center. And take your knees to the other side. Spinal twist. One more big breath in. One more breath out. Bring your knees back through center. And set yourself up for your final relaxation posture. So that can be extending the legs out into corpse pose. You can take any sort of restorative posture. Or as always, if you want to take a seated meditation to finish your practice, you are welcome to do that. We'll take just about 2 minutes of stillness, of quiet. The next couple of breaths. It might feel good to deepen your breath. Maybe even let your mouth open and let the breath flow out your mouth. Start to bring a little bit of movement back into your body. When you feel ready, you can bring yourself back up to seated. We'll meet in a comfortable seated position, facing forward. We complete our practice together by bringing our hands at our heart. And together we fold forward, sealing in your yoga practice. Namaste. Have a great day.